My nails are so short. Is it possible to get French manicure? Yes, that's exactly what we will be doing today. Melodysusie introduced new kit which is perfect for travels and home use. So we will be doing self-dry manicure, short extensions, and French manicure using HEMA free gel polishes.
Hello guys, this is Anastasia and this tutorial is presented to you by Anna Fox, educator in my school. She will be doing her own nails and they are quite different from mine. As you can see, she has sticky and spreading type of the cuticles, which means they are a bit challenging to work with. Also, she has oily type of cuticles and mild hyperhidrosis, which is excessive sweating, which is normally not related to heat or exercise. It adds up a few of additional challenges and things we need to be careful with. First of all, you probably noticed that she is wearing a glove on her opposite hand even though she's doing her own nails. She had some allergic reactions in the past to different products. That's why now she's doing her best to protect herself and avoid contact with the skin at all costs. And I recommend you guys to do the same when you're doing your own nails. After pushing back the cuticles with orangewood stick, we are going to use a special manicure absorbing powder, which is perfect for oily cuticles. It will absorb some extra moisture. Now let's open Melodysusie kit, which includes the bag, which is empty for now, but we're going to fill it with the products later. I really like the style of this series, Fleurwee. It's white and blue and so stylish. These are HEMA free gel polishes we're going to use today for manicure. There's nude and white color, exactly what we need for French style manicure. This is compact LED lamp, which you can use for travels or also as a freeze cure lamp. And this is the handpiece of the e-file, and also this is the entire e-file. Since everything is so small and compact, we can easily fit it in this bag. So there is a USB Type-C cord, a kit of drill bits, we're going to use them for today's manicure. This bag has the right size to fit all these products in the kit: gel polishes, LED lamp, and electric nail file. I love when the bag is included in the kit, even though I probably already have too many of them. Let's proceed with the manicure. We will be using these diamond beads. Normally, blue abrasive mark refers to medium, and with diamond beads, it's a bit harsh for dry manicure. But these particular beads, they are much softer. They really feel more like red, so they're perfectly suitable for dry manicure. But if you will be using some other drill bits, be careful because normally blue band is a bit harsh for natural nails. This is the bead we will be using for pushing back the cuticles and prep. I am truly impressed on how Melodysusie managed to create an e-file which is as small as a pen. So you need to hold the button if you want to turn it on. Then you see this indicator which refers to speed. So you just click plus to go up all the way to 30,000 rotations per minute. Let's check, and it feels like this is a forward mode. So if you do not want to change the speed, you just want to stop it, you need to click on it shortly and then it will pause. And then if you click on it twice, you can change the rotation to reverse. If you get confused and you're not sure in which direction your e-file is rotating, you can always do this test with a glove. If it's easily rolling from right to left, that means this is the reverse mode, but if it gets stuck in your glove, that means it's the opposite. But please guys, be careful with this test. Do not press on the bead, and if you're not sure, it's better if you do not try this test, because if you press too much on the bead, your glove can get stuck in it and it's not going to be fun. So we're going to push back the cuticle. The speed is about 17,000 rotations per minute. We're going to clean this area under the cuticle as well as the corners and sidewalls. This bead is rather wide, so first it works more like a pusher and it actually is pushing back the cuticles, and then you can work with the tip of this drill bit to clean this area under the cuticle. Be careful, do not press on the nail, focus on working mostly on the skin. When working with the gloves, changing the bead might feel a bit challenging, so you can use additional lint-free wipes. And this is the bead we are going to use next. This one is perfect for these crusty and dry areas in the corner of our nails. We can use a higher speed, almost the top, like 20 to 25,000 rotations per minute, and we can clean this area which is always dry. This drill bit will be also perfect for working on small calluses, such as from wearing earrings. Also, you can get rid of these small areas in the corners and forming hangnails, because let's be honest, we all hate these hangnails that appear along the sidewalls. Looks like this nail plate is peeling on the free edge, and we can also use this drill bit for it. So there are two options. You can always use a forward mode and work like this, and then you can switch to reverse mode and work on the opposite side. But since we're doing our own nails, I think it's more handy if you stay with the same forward mode and do it simply in another direction, which is like from the bottom up. And finally, we're going to use this sphere-shaped bead with red abrasive mark. And yes, this is red abrasive mark. It looks black in the camera, but that's because it was sterilized in dry heat sterilizer a couple times already, so it changed. But normally it's red, which means it's fine, it's not a coarse one, and we will be trimming the dead skin from the top. You definitely notice that we all have different skin types and different cuticle types, but also it's pretty common if we have more sticky or spreading kind of cuticle on a certain nail, and on another nail it's different. So it was perfectly fine to trim the skin with a ball bead, but on this nail it will not be possible. As you can see, there is too much skin, so we will be using manicure scissors to trim it. After prep and pushing up the cuticles, you can clearly see this whitish part that is safe to be trimmed, and we never go deeper, even though sometimes it's a bit tempting, but we do not want to do this because this is how we can damage the skin. Looks like we still have some areas that might be worked on, so let's clean the extra dust so we can see everything and do the ball bead again. This is forward mode, almost the top speed, 22,000 rotations per minute. But if you're just getting started, you can go slightly lower speed. But if you will use like extremely low speed, such as 5 or 10,000 rotations per minute, you will not be able to trim skin, even the small particles one for sure, because this is simply not enough. And finally, we will be using a buffing bead. This is a super soft bead which is going to catch super small dry areas, hangnails, and I usually call it we're like polishing the skin so it will look smooth and super shiny. This bead is rather large, so this is the time when it's better to use a low speed, which is 8 to 12,000 rotations per minute. Never use buffing or polishing drill bits at high speeds, like above 15,000 RPMs. Because of the additional friction, you may feel some burning sensations. Now let's clean the dust, the debris, the powder, the skin leftovers, and we also need to file the nails short. Anna wanted to do short nails, but her nails right now are just too short to create square shape. That's why later we will be using short soft gel tips to create the square that she wanted. You guys have to agree, there is nothing prettier than a clean, fresh, manicured hands. Her skin and cuticles look so much better now, but it's not only about the beauty. Dry manicure and nail prep, when it's done right, it is going to make your extensions or your gel overlay last longer. And also it is going to be so much easier to apply the product. Now that we have perfectly clean canvases, let's clean and sanitize them again with alcohol to make sure they are dry, and we will be applying soft gel tips. Let's check out the length before we start working with it so we will know how it's going to work. So when you unfold it, it works like a small lamp, but then you fold this LED part and it turns into this beautiful disc. If I didn't know that this is an LED lamp, I would probably thought that this is a powder or something from makeup. So there's this button on the side. When you click on it, you turn it on, and then we have this sensor, and if you slightly tap on it with a finger, it turns on. Once you lift the finger, it's off, which is super convenient. Let's choose the sizes of the tips that are going to fit the nails, and if you also have hyperhidrosis or oily type of skin, I recommend you to do that before you apply any prep products because they have limited time. Once you apply it, you have a few minutes while they're working, and when you will be finding the proper sizes that are supposed to cover the nail from one side wall to the other, it may take a while. This part seems so simple, but I always see so many mistakes because we always tend to choose a slightly smaller size because we want our nails to appear more narrow. But once you do that, you will have a naked sidewalls, which is not good for your own nail, and also they may not last because the structure will not be complete. So make sure the tip is covering your nail from one side to the other. These gel polishes by Melodysusie from Fleurwee line are HEMA free, so Anna will not need to worry about possible allergic reactions. I already tried this color from another collection. This white has an amazing coverage, so you can use it just for one color nail and of course for French style manicure. But first we need to apply the tips, so we apply dehydrator, non-acid primer and a thin coat of the base coat and cure it in LED for 30 seconds. Then we will take a soft gel tips, add a tiny drop of our gel glue because these tips are rather short, and cure in LED lamp. Please pay attention that she is using gloves on both hands, and when you're using the glove on the hand that is for application, it prevents you from any possibilities of touching the product. When applying the tip, you need to press on it, make sure that there are no bubbles, and hold it for about 10 to 12 seconds. And after that, you can let go and cure it in the lamp without your hand holding it. If you have some leaking or there's some excess product that is flooding the sidewalls, it's totally fine. You can clean it after freeze curing. After that, immediately full cure, and if you notice some bubbles, then you can press on it again to get rid of them. Time to do our cute natural style manicure, and we will be using another color, which is P11 semi-transparent nude color. It will be our background for the future French nails. I like that they have this wide, flat and rounded brush, which is so convenient when you want to apply color close to the cuticle and mimic this rounded shape of the cuticles. The consistency is medium thick, which means it's not too runny, so you can apply it on a few nails at once. Absolutely no need to apply it one by one. So when doing your own nails, you can easily apply it on 4 nails and then cure them. I still recommend to do the thumb separately because you need to cure it in a slightly different way. It's up to you whether you want to do 2 coats or just 1. If you prefer transparent look, then 1 coat will be enough, and if you want to have more coverage, then simply go for the 2nd coat. But do not forget to fully cure each coat. For French manicure and moon manicure as well as nail art, we will need a brushes set. This set is not included in the kit, it comes separately, but we've been using Melodysusie products for quite a while. What I like about this set is that it includes only detailer brushes, nothing else, and they all come with a different color handle, so you can easily tell which one's which, and it has a different length of bristles, which you can see right here in millimeters. So 5 millimeters is obviously the shortest one. It is really a matter of personal preference, so you can pick the one that works best for you. But we think that 9 millimeters will be just perfect for color application. Let's say if you want to go closer along the sidewalls or closer to the cuticle, because sometimes you are not able to do this with the brush from the bottle. So in this case, this brush will be very helpful. Oh no, not the fuzz again. Once it's on your way, make sure you get rid of this, because if you seal it with a top coat, it is going to look terrible. After applying the second coat and curing it, we will be using the same brush to do Moon Manicure, which I believe is like a sister to French nails because it perfectly combines together, or it can also come separate. Moon Manicure is when we hand paint this white half moon near the cuticle, but this is actually an imitation of the actual lunula some people have visible on their nails, but most people have it visible only on their thumbs. You may also notice that on your dominant hand, this lunula may appear bigger. When doing any kind of details or art near the cuticle, always leave these corners and part that is the closest one to the cuticle before curing, because if you will start from the cuticle area, then you may flood it. So it's better to start from the opposite side. And we will be using the longer bristle brush to do French manicure. Here's an easy technique on how to do white smile lines on short nails. First, we do the line on the bottom, and then we go a little up in the corners. And now we have something like a rectangle, and then we do this slight curve to connect them. Do not make them too thick and do not go too high up, because remember, French manicure is simply an imitation of the white clean free edge, and if we want to imitate an actual free edge, there's no way it can be all the way up to the cuticle, right? It should be pretty short, since right now we have short nails. This white color has such a good coverage, so in our opinion, one coat will be enough here, but if for some reason you prefer more bright white color, then you can definitely do the second coat on the top. And finally, we will seal it with a glossy top coat, and you can also use a detailer brush whenever you need to get closer to the cuticle or to the sidewalls. And I decided to use matte top coat, and this one is with sticky layers, so we need to clean it. In my opinion, French nails like this with matte top coat give such a clean and natural look. And finally, we can file the free edge with the 180 grit file and clean with the lint-free wipe to make sure we don't have any dust or debris leftovers. I will leave the link to this kit in the description box as usual. These nails look so cute and girly. Let me know, guys, if you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.